don't know what issues are out there in Parsons. Does Parsons have like homeless people problem?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a huge problem. I'm actually on the board at our local homeless shelter. I'm very
Mm,
proud to serve as the president. And so in that role, even before that role, through my nonprofit, it opened my eyes to how big of a problem homelessness actually is in the community. I think a lot of people maybe don't realize when we see some of these people around town often, it's we're seeing them so often because they don't have a place to live. So we definitely have that issue. It's nice to have a like direct resource here in Parsons. We don't always have to help somebody leave the community.
mm.
I will say, I do think just through my research and looking for solutions to homelessness through my nonprofit, I see that areas like Wichita, Kansas City areas, heck, even Joplin, Missouri, which is 45 minutes from here, the cities play a big role in supporting the homeless shelter. And that's why they're able to be so successful. And when I say supporting, I don't mean like a grant. They pay for the whole thing year round. They offer some kind of contribution that does more than make ends meet for places. I know at our local homeless shelter, we're able to get grants type things from the city, but go so fast when you're caring for people and keeping your home up to date and things like that. So I do want to see the city and even the county play a more direct role in helping nonprofits fight these problems. It shouldn't all be on small nonprofits. We are in the process of doing restructuring. Like I mentioned, it's a nonprofit. So we're just expected to solicit donations, apply for grants, things like that. And at first I was fine with that. That's how it had been running. But then it hit me. I was like, no, this is something that needs to be in on. Just
Mm-hmm.
be when we come request a grant. Like in other places, the city's tax revenue funds their homeless shelters. And if that's not possible, you can't tell me that a $2,000 commitment a month or something is impossible. Like we should be getting, and not just us, like all cities, towns, everything should be getting support for those necessary human services from the city
Yeah, just
government.
the bare minimum you
And
need
so,
to run
yeah,
the operation. And then anything you get over that can be special things that you do or extra things you get to do, but just the bare minimum that you need to give people shelter at night when they need it
yeah,
should come from the city and the state and the
yeah,
county. That's the thing. We have all these different things, the city, the county, the state. They all
mhm,
have the money.
yeah. But
So just
supposedly nobody can do anything.
the city of Wichita spends, it's hard to get the calculations because you can't, they don't track how many police hours are being spent on it. They don't track how many park and rec hours are being spent on it, how many people's administrative stuff at the city is being spent dealing with homeless encampments and paying invoices to the entire cost to the taxpayer that goes into destroying a homeless encampment. All you can really find is the cost for the third party contractor they pay to do it, and then maybe some legal stuff and things like that. But when you start factoring in the total cost of the AP, the AR, the city manager's cost, the police and the parks and rec workers, and all the costs that are involved in the criminalization and camping ordinance and all that, it is at least $1.5 million, probably $2 million a year that they're
Mhm.
spending to do nothing of value.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the contractor that's doing it's making money. He's profiting
yeah,
off of it, that's for sure.
definitely.
It's the only one that's helped. He's the only one that on the new police officers they're hiring and stuff. They got jobs now, so they're profiting off of it. But otherwise, it's not helping anyone. It's not helping the homeless people. It's not helping the people that want something done about the homeless people, that whether they're supportive of them or not, it's not helping anyone. It's just throwing money away. that could actually just house people. So what I want to do is come up with some sort of plan that I want to find some things that the city has recently, it has to be the people that are on board now, has spent a bunch of money on, and then come up with a plan of how that could have been used to provide housing. And just be like, instead of a failing baseball stadium, maybe we could have had housing. Honestly, the best thing they can do, and not that it's going to help the people directly right now, but the best thing they can do is offer more help with stopping them from being homeless in the first place when they start to get in trouble. Because I've been very close there many times in my life, and there's not any help out there. And then multiple times I've had to just call my brother Billy, who I never talk to, and just be like, hey, Billy, because he's got money. And so if I ever called him for money, he'd give me some, like a few $100s was no big deal to him, but it was always a last resort. But if I didn't have Billy, what would I have done? So it's
Yeah, and I
like,
think that's the reality for a lot of people.
I was just homeless. This whole time I've been homeless. I don't know. I haven't really talked about it a lot because I was ashamed and I was trying to be out here and be professional and stuff. But April of last year until November, I lived in a camper in the driveway of my daughter's house. And it was mostly just because their house really wasn't that big. And then we had 2 dogs and 2 cats in there with us and stuff. It was supposed to be temporary until I was going to come to Topeka and get a job. And then it just took longer to get a job than I thought it would be. And then they finally, we were like, let's just move. It's working out as being all together with the kids and stuff. So we'll just get a bigger house so you guys can move in there. But I still technically am considered homeless by some organizations because I can't afford a home on my own,
Yeah, and I
which
think that's a very like common situation. It really is,
I
and
know.
it's ridiculous that it is so common. Me being as young as I am, if my dad wasn't there in times that I needed, a bill was way more extra than normal, or God forbid, a hospital payment, things like that. If he hadn't been there to help with that, catch that rent up when I had to pay for something else, I would have definitely been in a tight situation, getting groceries, things like that. And that's, young people shouldn't have to rely on our parents and things like that. It's very hard to be
Old
self
people,
sufficient
old
these
people who've
days.
worked their whole lives shouldn't have to rely on their children and their son-in-law when they're not
Yeah.
old yet. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like,
And our
I'm 50.
government,
This shouldn't have happened for another 20 years.
yeah, the government should not look past, like you said, older generations have worked their whole lives. Like, why is the government allowing them to struggle? That makes no sense. Everybody's just struggling.
30 years I worked, 30 years. I'm working again now part-time, but, and I do like, the thing is like this Kansas Helen thing, the exposing Wichita thing that I'm doing and the stuff I'm helping with the campaigns that I seem to be decently good at. I really enjoy. It costs me money and it doesn't, I don't make any money in any of this stuff at all. And so it's unfortunate that I can't just get paid to be doing all this stuff. I spend 40, I've probably averaged 40 to 60 hours a week on all my things for a year now. So for no money.
Yeah.
And I don't even care if I get money, but they care if I have money because I have to have money to have the house.
Yeah. And that's, it's like an issue with small businesses. I would consider what you do a small business, a self-made.
Oh, it's gonna be a Schedule C on my tax return as a loss, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it shouldn't cost people so much money to even start up their business, because we yell, be independent, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, whatever. And how you want us to spend thousands just to even secure a license to open a small business type thing. And how are people supposed to live the American dream?